All right, everyone, the moment you've all been waiting for, the return to the horror anthologies. We tried manga last time, and you guys did not like that. Didn't. So I said, all right, you guys want it, we'll do it. We'll bring you the horror anthologies. I'll just do the horror anthologies every weekend, okay? So we'll be doing Creepy, Eerie, and Vampirella Comics Magazine. And when we run out of those, we've got even more to do. So, alright, let's get started with Creepy number 4. I haven't done one of these in so long, so I might be a little rough. More spine-chilling comics of classic terror. Do the dead come back? Of course, some people say. They don't take it lying down. Let's unearth the facts in Creepy's loathsome lore. Early cultures, such as the Egyptians, believed so firmly in the dead's return, they buried them all with their earthly possessions, including favorite servants, assuming them of comfort on return to life and creating the first servant problem. Catalepsy victims helped spread legends of the dead's return, such as recounted in an 1867 Paris newspaper. About to perform a dissection on the body of an insane woman, the doctor was suddenly fighting for his life with the corpse. In 1925, 2 sailors of the tanker Watertown were buried at sea. Several days later, the 2 men were sighted swimming along behind the ship off the side from which they had been buried. They vanished, but would appear in the same spot each day at twilight until the ship made port. An early morning rehearsal of the Snowbird Ballet, originally written for the great Anna Pavlova, who had died months before, proved to chill her when the main dance was performed by a ghostly figure in the exact style of the deceased ballerina. Newspapers and books abound with many such explainable, unexplainable incidents. So the next time you hear a knocking at the door, check carefully. No telling what's been dug up. Okay, Creepy. Loathsome Lore, Monster Rally, Blood and Orchids, The Damned Thing, Moon City, Curse of the Full Moon, and The Trial of Adam Link. Ooh, I like the Adam Link stuff, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Dear Uncle Creepy. Now, merry maniacs, a tale dear to my heart. If I had a heart. We began in Europe of the last century with a man who has to eat and run. Where's he running? He doesn't know it, but straight into a monster rally. Spread out. He can't have gone far. That ghoul's defiled his last grave. In a few moments I'll be trapped. Gotta try and get out now. What's that noise? More light. Over here, he's going over the wall. Too late. I can never get away in time. Can't make it. They're right behind me. This way! I can hide you in my van! Who are you? Why are you doing this? Don't you know what I am? Later, we must hurry now. Yeah! Get up! Giddy up! Wait, inside here, it's like a cage. Under the urging of the hunchback's whip, the team raced with the van and its strange cargo through the night and into the following day, until evening found them approaching their destination in Europe's darkest corner, Transylvania. Doctor Habeas! I did it, Doctor! A real ghoul! He's locked below in the dungeon with the others! Not now, Draco! I'm about to begin the experiment! Kites are right to catch the lightning now! You've done it, Doctor! It's alive! All I've done, Draco, is prove that another man's theories work. This isn't the answer I'm seeking. Get it out of my sight, Draco. In the dungeon with the others. I've got to get back to work. Yes, Dr. Habeas. The notebooks of Frankenstein. Bah! Bringing life to dead inanimate flesh. Mindless corpses. He was a fool. The life I create must be eternal life. For me! Quiet. All of you. I'm bringing a new guest. You're going to be very happy down here with the rest of Dr. Habeas's little menagerie. Werewolf, mummy, witch woman, past our other new ghoul, our other arrival, the ghoul. Ah, there should be an empty spot for you next door to the cellar of our vampire. Werewolves, vampires, all the creatures of the undead have immortality. It's in their blood. One element common in the life fluid of all these monsters, and with the Frankenstein process I can isolate it. Once I've done that, the secret of eternal life will be mine! Doctor, the vampires escaped! Meanwhile, in a small village not far from the castle of Dr. Hobius. What's that? The alleyway! Aye! Good Lord! That thing! It's turning into a bat! Flying away! Vampire! It's going to the old castle. Things haven't been right there since that strange doctor moved in. Get the Burgermeister! Outraged by the horror that had struck their village, the townspeople banded together, determined to assault the source from which this evil had descended. Dr. Hobius! A mob of the villagers coming here! The vampire must have... Forget them. We're on the verge of success. Electronic conditions are perfect. I can break down the blood of these monsters and isolate the life-prolonging element. Bzz, zap, zap, bzz. Please, listen. The mob's through the gates. Any second they'll break in, Doctor. Look at it, Drakal. Success! Pure life fluid! Eternal life! There he is, the monster maker. Get him. No, not the Doctor. They won't get my secret. Pow! After him. He's getting away. Gotta escape with the fluid. Releasing the beast will give me a head start. You're free! Attack them! Stop those fools! What are you waiting for? The villagers are coming! Get them! Don't just stand there! Why are you looking at me? Why? No! No! Crash! Good Lord, the dungeon is full of monsters! Yeah! Throw your torches! Burn the devil's spawn! More fire! More fire! They can't stand the flames! Burn this house of evil to the ground! With the first rays of sun, the exhausted villagers made their way home, leaving a black cloud of smoke over what had once been Dr. Hobius's castle of horrors. But deep within the smoldering ruins of the dungeon, the spilled life fluid was reacting strangely to the charred remains of the incredible collection of monsters, until the rays of the full moon seeped through the debris and fell on the bubbling pool, and villagers began hearing weird, disturbing sounds from the direction of the ruins, almost as though deep within the slime and muck of the wreckage, something was living. Something born of Dr. Hobius's strange experiments and the fodder of his monsters remains, and somehow destined to keep the tradition very much alive. Wah! That story always leaves me choked up. Yes, kiddies, the little wife was your own uncle. Creepy. Luckily, I was able to clean up old Hobius's dungeon and turn it into a going concern again. Only instead of monsters, I have comic artists, but their work is pretty monstrous, as you'll see in the next terror tale. Back for more, eh? Well, Uncle Creepy's really gonna fix you up. Brush your fangs and be sure to clean under your claws. Got a real nice girl I want you to meet. A genuine countess. And you don't have to bring flowers. She can take care of herself. This kid got a big thing for blood and orchids. Seems to have been in the bog several days, Doctor. Gamekeeper from the Chelm estate, one that foreign countess just moved into, found him. What do you make of it? So much mud and slime caked on the body. Hard to judge. Blood appears to have been drained from his body. Yes, shine the light closer. Look at this wound. Twin punctures on the jugular vein. That's a strange one. Appears to be an animal bite, but what? We've no snakes around here. I'd say he was a seaman of sorts from his dress, Doctor. Perhaps he got that bite in a foreign port. The Countess had a sailor help deliver her things from port. It's probably him, but he got the wound here, on or near this moor. Well, he's my problem now. You were making a call when I stopped you to have a look, Doctor. The Countess. We met on shipboard. I saw her through a bout of seasickness. I can ask her about the sailor. My guess is a beautiful rich lady and an eligible professional man like yourself will find less morbid things to talk about. Eh, Doctor? Now that she's beginning to get settled, I wonder if she'll keep the same strange hours as aboard ship, sticking to her cabin by day, only coming out at night. The Countess said I might call. She's in the greenhouse, Doctor. Doctor, how nice to see you again. You've caught me attending one of my orchids. They're lovely, but what's our English weather doing to you? You seem so pale and drawn, not as I remember you on the boat. I hadn't noticed. My attention is mainly to my flowers. Surely in the mirror. Mirrors, I don't believe in them. Each look reveals you're growing older. I prefer to be like my orchids, blooming afresh every night. They're night bloomers. A rare species. My father discovered them on a remote South Sea island. They're very delicate. When I decided to move to England, I had to transport boxes of native soil to grow them in. Apparently a good... Excuse me, try that one again. No, I think it's right. Apparently a good deal of sacrifice. You seem to have attuned your life to theirs, keeping the same hours, devoting yourself to them entirely. Don't worry, Doctor, I do find time for other things. Local farmers say our soil is fine. Won't it do? It has to be native soil. My father and I found that was best. You have no idea what it takes to raise these orchids, Doctor. Oh, yeah, and then he says, apparently a great deal of sacrifice. You seem to have attuned your life to theirs, keeping the same hours, devoting yourself to them entirely. Don't worry, Doctor, I do find time for other things. Good night, Countess. I hope you'll devote some time to caring for yourself as you do your plants. Well, yes, I think I shall, soon. Your horticulture values taking... Excuse me. You horticulture vultures taking notes? I may ask questions later. Impressed by the way the Countess raises flowers? Well, the next night the constable proved he would have quite a crop popping up also. Glad you could make it, Doctor. See? Same wound as the first one. It's the Countess's gamekeeper. He discovered the first corpse. Right you are. First the sailor she hired, now her gamesman. Time I visited Chelm Hall and had a look around. Join me, Doctor? No, there's something I'd like to check. Yes, here it is. Never thought a man of science would have to resort to this one. Should have remembered when I saw the first bite. Vampires drank human blood, biting neck, fly at night only, cast no reflection, must sleep in native soil. Good Lord, it all fits. The Countess, I've got to warn the constable. Meanwhile, hello, what's this? Marks of something being dragged away from the house, and it looks like it came from this greenhouse door. It's not locked, as though it might have been used recently. What a collection! Smells sweet enough to make me sick. Why, good evening, Constable. Yeah! Good Lord! This is no time for formalities. The greenhouse! Doctor, what? Get back! I know you for what you are, vampire, and I've come prepared to deal with you. No, you're wrong. Please, look! The greenhouse glass! You're casting a reflection. You can't be a vampire. No, I tried to tell you. I don't understand. What happened to the constable? Did you... Don't worry, there's a simple explanation. Then you'd better make it quickly. So hot in here. It smells so sweet. Getting stronger, sickening. Sweet, strong, overpowering. Yes, Doctor, it's quite a powerful scent if you're not used to it. Still, it makes things so much easier. Feeding time! You've heard of plants that eat insects and small birds. My beauties are just a slight variation. They thrive on blood. To keep them alive, I've even had to offer them my own at times. But thanks to you and the constable, I won't have to worry about that, do I, Doctor? Ah! Usually I hate flowery endings, but there's something about this one that gets me right in the neck. Don't feel too smug. The Countess tells me she's looking for spots in the States to set up a chain of florist shops. And for a real bouquet, try our next Ghoulsome goodie. Ooh, miniature germanium radio. Giant 10-foot inflatable rubber snake, so lifelike you'll expect it to hiss. Sit on it. Float in water with it. Have fun with it. Miniature spy camera. Fits in the palm of hand, yet it takes 10 pictures with one roll of film. Most frightening horror movie scene ever made. The original Phantom of the Opera, Lon Chaney. This plant actually eats insects and bits of meat. Venus flytrap. Just like you saw in the the story. $1 for the world's most unusual houseplant. Oh, time for another creepy classic. Macabre masterpieces wrought by acknowledged artists of the cold chill. This fear fable is our version of a spine tingler by Ambrose Bierce. He called it The Damn Thing. By the light of a tallow candle, a man was reading something written in a book. Besides the reader, 8 other men were present. One lay on the table, partly covered by a sheet, his arms at his sides. He was dead. "We're waiting, Mr. Harker. It's necessary to have done with this business tonight. This diary, its entries are incredible. I wanted to reread it before incorporating the material into my testimony." Hugh Morgan's diary into your testimony? What are you trying to make of this inquest? You admit it's incredible? That's nothing to you, coroner. If I also swear under oath, it's true. I know you resent someone from the city interfering with your handling of these things, but the entries in the deceased's diary will clarify my own story. The first was written almost 2 months ago. Working near the cabin, I noticed some strange behavior on the part of my dog. He would run in a half circle, keeping his head turned to center, then he would stand still, barking furiously. "Rawr, rawr! Blue, what's the matter, boy?" Can a dog see with his nose? Do odors impress some cerebral center with images of the thing that emitted them? Suddenly, ow! Blue! September the 2nd. Blue will not go into the woods and seems frightened outside the cabin. I don't like any of this either, after last night. The stars along the ridge, they're being blotted out, as though something passed between me and them, but there's nothing. September the 27th. It's been here again. I find evidence of its presence every day. Last night I watched again from cover. Close to dawn, haven't seen a thing. I swear I did not sleep. I hardly sleep at all now, yet. Tracks. But I saw nothing. This can't be happening. I must be going mad. What's this mumbo-jumbo, Harker? Morgan must have been soft in the head from living out here alone. Why do the entries skip around so much? The other pages have been torn out by someone or something. But you're right. Morgan did fear for his sanity. That's why he sent for me. To get his mind occupied, I suggested we go hunting. We were looking for quail, each with a shotgun. Our trail took us through a field of wild oats. Blast it! Something scared the birds. We must have startled a deer. No. Come now, Morgan. You're not going to fill up a deer with quail shot, are you? The oats. Look at the wild oats. It was as if a streak of wind not only bent the oats, but pressed it down. Crushed it so it did not rise, and this movement was coming directly towards us. What is it? What the devil is it? That damn thing! Kerblow! Before the smoke of the blast cleared away, I heard a loud savage cry, like a wild animal's scream. At the same instant, I was thrown violently to the ground by the impact of something unseen in the smoke. Pow! Roar! Morgan! Heaven spare me from another sight like that. At a distance of less than 30 yards, my friend's whole body was in violent movement, as though in the grip of some terrible beast. With each shift in position, some part of his body would disappear, as though blotted out. Roar! Roar! Yeah! All this must have occurred within a few seconds, but before I could reach Morgan, he was down forever. All was terribly quiet. Even the wild oats had stopped moving. Morgan! Good Lord! Harker, are you trying to waste the jury's time and mine? Your story's as mad as Morgan's diary. We all know you're a writer from the big city, but you don't have to tell us whoppers like that. If you don't believe me, let the jury look at this. Whoo-ee! Ripped to shreds! Ain't hardly a throat left. Maybe now you'll hear me out. There's one entry in the diary I haven't read. Written the night before he and I went hunting. October the 7th. I have the solution. It came to me last night. Terribly simple. At either end of the scale are notes that cannot be heard by the human ear, as sometimes used by birds as signals of warning. How else do whales miles apart dive simultaneously at an approaching ship? Sailors know. The vibrations go through a ship like a bass organ note sounded in a church. As with sound, so with colors. At each end of the spectrum, chemists can detect actinic rays, colors an imperfect instrument like the human eye cannot discern. I'm not mad. There are colors we cannot see. Roof! And Lord help me, the damn thing is such a color! Harker, this whole thing's too big a strain on your writer's imagination. You let that crazy man's diary upset you. Nothing more happened to Morgan than he got done in by a mountain lion. Sure looked like a mountain lion's work to me. Right. Only mystery is why the witness ain't in an asylum. Very well, if you're done insulting me, I'll go. Maybe when you get back to the city, Harker, you can write that testimony down. Make a right good story. With the intruder from the city gone and their duty done, the men filed out of the cabin, talking, joking. The inquest had been a far bigger diversion than anyone could have hoped. Lord, what a story! And city folks thinks we're gullible. Say, that's odd. Can't see part of the wagon. The grass, it's moving. Suddenly something was upon them, soft, heavy, and powerful. Its horrible cries were loud, and its hot, terrible breath sprayed on them. The thing! The damn thing! Relentlessly the thing attacked, clawing, ripping, tearing. The coroner could take no comfort in the fact that Morgan's theory wasn't completely correct. He could see the color of the thing now, as life leaked from its body. It was blood red! Yeah! Too bad. I guess the coroner is pretty torn up about the whole thing, but it should leave you in the mood to rip into the next yell yarn. Life too rough nowadays? Maybe you'll like the year 2074. The world's at peace and ready to pioneer the planets. They've thought of everything in preparing the first settlement, or have they? See for yourself as operation begins on a moon city. The first step was the construction of giant space satellites that would serve as relay stations between Earth and the moon. On the satellites, the steel and metal alloy beams were put quickly into production, and then rapidly transported to Luna by space taxi. The other materials arrived by express spacecraft direct from Earth, and the hardy crews began immediate construction. Living quarters were quickly erected, in contrast to the years required to design Moon City. Will Chambers was one of the young volunteers working on the great project. Not since the days of Daniel Boone could a man feel the excitement of pioneering I feel right now. Between work periods, Will's thoughts were 240,000 miles away. When I complete my job, Jennifer and I will be married on Earth, and will return to Moon City to build a new life. While back on Earth, the moon has always shone down on lovers, but Will and I will actually live there. Will's fiancée was one of a voluntary group preparing for the future settlement of Moon City. Within the city's protective dome, you will be able to function much as you do now. Oh, if only I could be with Will now. Construction progressed rapidly in the month that followed, and when at last the city was completed, a great dome was placed to envelope the new metropolis so that future inhabitants would be able to move about without cumbersome spacesuits. With the completion of the dome, supplies began to arrive aboard the transport rockets, and were carefully stored for the inhabitants who would arrive later. Cattle and other selected animals arrived and were brought into Moon City into pressurized cargo carriers. Animals and workmen then underwent months of extensive tests to determine the effects of the simulated atmosphere. And when the tests were completed, most of the crew and all the animals were evacuated. Here I come, Jennifer! Only the decontamination squad remained. It was their job to spray the entire compound, to rid it of even the smallest germ brought during the construction. The city was left a hollow, sterilized shell, and would remain so for 5 years, the time it would take to fully test the pressurized controls. For the first few days on Earth after the rockets landed, Moon City was forgotten, at least by 2 people. Do you, Jennifer, take this man to... The months passed rapidly into years, then finally, Jennifer, pack our bags, the dome is tested out, we're on our way to the moon. The farewells were tearful and emotional as the young people boarded poised and ready rockets destined for the new frontier. The city was like a shining jewel in the light of the sun as the spaceships set down. Shining eyes and beating hearts were the order of the day as the settlers entered their new home. What do you think of it, honey? It's like a dream kingdom. With the arrivals safely locked inside the pressure dome, the rockets returned to Earth for additional supplies. The happy sounds soon stopped in the throats of the new arrivals when they saw the terrible gleaming eyes. Overlooked when the test animals were evacuated was a pregnant German shepherd that soon gave birth to a large litter which grew strong on the container's pure air and multiplied rapidly in the 5 long years. After the food supplies were devoured by the dogs came starvation, followed by madness. Then at last arrived food! Bavaria. During the last century, a coach rumbles through the night inside Sir Henry Langston... Hold on. Gotta try that all over again. Bavaria. During the last century, a coach rumbles through the night. Inside, Sir Henry Langston anticipates his annual hunting trip. But there's strange game afoot, and Sir Henry will soon be face to face with the curse of the full moon. Yeah! Yow! Driver, what the hell's happening out there? Grrr! Crash! Blast the driver for a negligent oath! I could have been killed. This will cost him his... Good Lord! That beast, whatever it is, has ripped him to pieces. The road takes too long to the hunting lodge. I'm in no shape for that. I have to risk encountering the beast cutting through the woods. A camp. Must be gypsies. Who is it? Who's out there? I'm Sir Henry Langston. I need water. Dressing. I can pay you well. Sit down. What has happened to you? An accident. My coach was wrecked. Some sort of animal attacked the driver. Animal? What manner of animal? Like a wolf? Now that you mention it, it did look like a big wolf. Fine job! Take this for your trouble. Not for giving aid. If you wish to pay me, palm reading is my trade. I think you have much to fear from the future, Sir Henry. I'm not superstitious, but if it pleases you, by all means, read. The pentagram! In your palm! You've been marked as the next victim of the werewolf that slew your driver! Pentagram! Werewolf! Just an odd-shaped scratch from the wreck! Do not scoff, Sir Henry. Those marked with the pentagram are stalked and slain by the werewolf for the rising of the next full moon. I've fought in India and hunted throughout the world. Even if you're right, no beast can outwit me. This is no animal. The werewolf is a devil beast. You intrigue me, old woman. Your werewolf may be just the challenge I've been seeking. This time it's chosen the wrong victim. I've tried to warn you. The mark is upon you. Hear me well, Sir Henry. The full moon means your death. Gypsy drivel. I control my own fate. Fritz! Oscar! Sir Henry, the wreckage was found. We feared for your life. What will we hunt this time, Sir Henry? Wild boar? Fritz, what do you know of werewolves? Werewolves, Sir Henry. There are local legends. With the rising of the full moon, certain damned souls turn into wolves and prey on human victims. They are immortal, but can be killed by weapons of silver, such as a silver bullet. That's our game. Gather up all the candlesticks and silverware in the lodge and melt them down to be molded into bullets. We're going after a werewolf. That's right. Throw in everything. We don't want to be caught short. There is plenty of silver for the bullets, sir. I saved back this hunting dagger for you. Good work, Fritz. Everything's ready for the next full moon. Thunk. This is the spot where I saw it disappear into the woods after killing the driver. Spread out, but try to keep in contact. Blasted thickets. I can't tell a thing while you're in them. I'm completely cut off from Fritz and Oscar. I know this place. Very near the gypsy woman's camp. Growl! Good Lord, its strength is superhuman. I can't. The dagger. Demon animal. I did it. The old woman was wrong. Wait, the thing's changing form. Why, it's just a young boy. And the old gypsy thought he could kill me. Wait till I show her how wrong her palm reading was. What happened to your prediction, old woman? Here's your werewolf. Not much more than a pup. I know, Sir Henry. He was my son. But there is much you do not know, Sir Henry. You do not know that those who are wounded by a werewolf and live, when bathed in the light of the full moon, become werewolves themselves. No matter, old woman. It's you who's going to die. There, the monster Sir Henry's after. Fire quickly. No, Fritz, Ask! Pow, 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 pow! As I said, Sir Henry, the full moon means your death. After all the idle chatter you hear about gypsies, it's nice to know they really keep their word. Nice for everyone except Sir Henry. Oh, well, at least he got 2 silver bullets. They're worth quite a bit on the open market. Just ask the Lone Ranger. Order in the court, you little creeps. Judge Creepy presiding. File into the jury box and pay close attention to the mechanics of the situation. Our robot pal is back and you're attending the trial of Adam Link. Okay, I've been actually waiting on this one. So if you don't know about Adam Link, please check out the other creepy videos that we've done. This is a very good story. And it's actually pretty close because, you know, we have humanoid robots right now. Something that was undreamed of in this time. Memoirs of Adam Link, Part 2. Someone had snapped my master switch back on after I... excuse me. I want to do this correctly. Someone had snapped my master switch back on after I deliberately committed suicide by turning it off. Who? Having branded me the killer of my creator, Dr. Charles Link, why hadn't the posse destroyed me as they intended? Murder? That thing isn't a man. It's a monster machine gone berserk, and my duty is to destroy it like a wild animal. My uncle's will left everything to me, including his robot. Harm Adam and I'll sue you for destruction of property. Property? The robot's a moving no, not living, but, well, it's a creature. Okay, so let me be fair. Right now, robots are considered property by law. They don't have rights of their own. They are considered an object. That could change, but right now that is the way the law sees it. Right, Sheriff, a living creature, a man-like creature, entitled to court trial. If you want to arrest him, come back with a warrant. Stop, you fools. Thank heaven I'm in time to prevent the destruction, the murder of Adam Link. I perceived my benefactor had planned this legal trap for the sheriff, who left baffled. I'm Thomas Link, got a law practice in San Francisco. My uncle often wrote about you, said you were as rational as any man. But we've never met before, yet you completely take my side. Others hate and fear me at first sight. In a way, we're cousins, Adam. But more important, my uncle wrote he intended to make you a citizen. I'll carry on that wish. It's a promise, man to man. Yet while I repaired the mob's damages to my metal body... Was my uncle wrong? Is that blank-faced metal creature a man? Or a Frankenstein monster? Then later, as I visited the grave of the little dog shot by the posse as they pursued me. Adam, forgive me. To now I doubted you could be as human as my uncle claimed. Never again. You're wrong. Terry wasn't your only friend. Terry, my faithful, my only friend. Here's the warrant. I arrest him. I mean it. Oh, what a farce. A trial for a robot. Ought to be smashed into junk. Suppose you let a jury decide that. This is it, Adam. Now you're under protection of the law. The sheriff had brought a truck to transport my heavy weight into town. Those faces, nothing but fear, instinctive hate. From the start, I've been an outcast from their society. What chance do I have with their law? However, Tom was jubilant as they read the formal indictment. And be it known, Adam Link is hereby charged with the murder of Dr. Charles Link. With your name entered as defendant, Adam, you have human status, with all its rights and privileges under law. You're no longer a machine, but a man, legally. Of several newspaper reporters on the story, one kept staring, unafraid. Seeing the question in his face, I turned to him. Yes, I am an intelligent robot. If your paper wants a statement, I am innocent of the charge. I believe you, Adam Link. Jack Hall of the Evening Post, I'm on your side. Formerly locked up without bail, I felt alone, hemmed in by enemies, even brooding that Tom had deserted me until... Habeas corpus. This writ frees the person of Adam Link, whether robot or elephant. Technically this is different. We can't let out that powerful machine man. It's dangerous. I do not like being caged like a wild animal. Can I go free, Tom? He's loose. He'll kill us all. Displaying your machine power was the worst thing you could do, Adam. You still go free, but we must get people to respect your brain. Your brain! Not fear your brawn. Sorry, Tom, my mistake. I guess I'm only, well, human. Therefore, Tom deliberately exposed me to the public, hoping to build a new image of me before the trial. We must win public opinion on our side, Adam. Public panic, you mean? Traffic snarls, people frightened. Why do humans fear the unknown without reason? Children were different. They took to following me, tossing stones and singing childish chants that somehow warned me. You're nothing but a tin can! Nothing but a tin can! Well, they actually use the word clanker now. Again, this is pretty close to what's going on right now. At least they don't fear you. Kids instinctively spot people who are basically harmless and good like you, Adam, as a small but important victory. But childish ridicule was not matched by grown-up tolerance. Adam Frankenstein, Link product of mad genius, robot forerunner of metal demons. Mechanical men will crush humanity. Startingly, I can do this. Yeah, startlingly, I had one defender in the press and a new friend. Listen to this, Jack Hall. Says there's no proof that Tin Man's a menace. Claims anybody, even robots, is innocent until guilt is proved. Robot lover, that guy ought to be lynched. Damn. Is that what it's going to come to? Then, just before the trial, good Lord, those people are trapped. The ladder can't reach them. They'll burn to death. Help! Aye! But flames have no effect on a metal body. Can't go back that way. The people behind that door. Crash! Inside, a young married couple overcome by smoke, throwing them over my shoulder. Only chance is to leap to the next building's roof. Almost 32 feet. My weight is 500 pounds, plus human load of 300 pounds. Calls for 1,000 horsepower. My top rating. Will I make it? 100-foot drop to the pavement. Mustn't topple over. Made it. Depositing the still unconscious couple where they would be discovered and helped, I rejoined Tom. The robot! Bet he started the fire! Get him! Adam, the mob! I'll get us to the car! They'll never believe the truth! So you risked your own life to save two people, but without witnesses? Ironic. You'd be a hero. Only no one will believe your word alone. On the eve of the trial, an old lawyer friend called Tom. Tom, give up this preposterous case. You'll lose. Ruin your career. Is a mere mechanical contrivance worth that? In a word, yes. Risking everything for me, Tom makes up for all other humans, my bitter enemies at sight. Finally, the day of the trial. Do you, Adam Link, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. But do these hostile faces want to hear it? An endless round of questions, evasions, and legal maneuvers followed which seemed to avoid the truth. Of the witnesses, the housekeeper was the most damaging. Hearing a thud, you ran into the laboratory and... I saw that thing standing over Dr. Link's body with blood on his hands. Didn't Adam explain it was an accident? A loose angle iron falling and killing Dr. Link? Yes, but who'd believe it a talking machine without a soul? Then I was called to the witness stand. You're a machine, very powerful. Yes, you could kill any human with your bare metal hands. Yes. In fact, kill a dozen men with a dozen blows. Yes, but no further questions. Tom tried to erase the image the prosecutor had left in the jury's mind. The sunlight seemed to fade when my creator died. On Terry's death, the little dog was like losing a friend too. In Charles Link's own words, Adam is like a son, gentle, kind, trustworthy. I'm convinced he has human feelings. Then came the final summations. Except in form, Adam Link is human. His mind performs and thinks like ours. Trained by Dr. Link, he always knew right from wrong. Find the defendant guilty, and you send an innocent man to his death. We admit Adam Link is intelligent. So are computers. But where's the soul? The spark of human feeling in that cold metal? On you rests the responsibility to protect mankind. Our world has no room for a Frankenstein. While the jury deliberated my fate, I was transferred back to the jail. Adam, I failed you. We lost. I can sense it. Make a break for it. Run away. No, Tom. I'll accept the verdict if it goes against me and... Hey, what the... That boy! The truck can never stop in time. Boy is sprawled 21.6 feet from vehicle. Speed 36.8 miles per hour. Weighs 3 tons. My weight 500 pounds. If I lean forward at an angle of 55 degrees and dig in my heel plates. Got to hold it. Got to. Not bad. An inch beyond my calculation. My boy alive. Thank heaven. Jury's back with a verdict. Bring the prisoner. Come on, you. In record time, the jury arrived at its decision on the first ballot beyond a shadow of a doubt. Guilty of murder in the first degree. Adam Link, by mandatory decree, the state sentences you to death in the electric chair. Tom was too broken up to speak. No one else cared, except one man, Jack Hall, the reporter. Adam today was a miscarriage of justice. I'm saying so in my paper. The fools have made you a scapegoat of blind prejudice. Thanks, friend. I am writing this in my death row cell. My electricity will burn out my electronic brain as any human's. But I care nothing for a world that doesn't want me. It is best I leave the world of men where I am misunderstood. One curious thought. What will my epitaph be? That of man or monster? Looks like Adam Link's coming to a shocking end. Really leave you electrified, eh, fiends? Well, don't give up hope, because Adam will be back in future issues, all circuits buzzing to give you a real charge. So there you go, guys. Something to think about right now. The War of the Worlds. Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, The Invisible Man, The Picture of Dorian Gray. Have a spook show in your own home. The Man They Couldn't Hang. Watch the miracle of birth before your very eyes. You can get a chicken. Perpetual motion solar engine. Your own Mystery Man mask. Did you get your Mystery Man mask yet? Why not, folks? You need to get your Mystery Man mask. Have a great time starting a Mystery Man club. The mask goes over your head. It has a slit for mouth, holes for eyes. Made of real wool lined with comfort felt. Elastic headband, special long collar covers shoulders. Great for meetings, clubs, parties, or if you want to rob a bank. Keeps face warm in winter. Monster inside the box. Alright, guys, here we go. We got Creepy coming at ya. Let's see. September, October. Probably be November. But what are we going to do next? Oh, well, we got Eerie next week. Oh, what am I saying? November. We're doing these every week. So, okay. This one, probably we'll get back to it in, September. But we've got Eerie coming for you guys next. So, definitely pay attention to that. I don't know. No, hold on. I'm looking at August. So, we'll have it for you on August 31st. Yeah, so we're bringing Creepy back to you. But, we're gonna do... No, we won't. Today is the 17th. Alright, so I'm wrong. Sorry, my dates are messed up. But okay, so we're doing Eerie, and then we're going to do Vampirella Comics Magazine. That's on the 24th. And then on the 31st, we'll be doing... Oh, hold on. I got this all confused. Sorry, guys. So, alright, Vampirella Comics Magazine is next. And then... the Eerie is next, and then Vampirella. So Eerie, Vampirella, Creepy. Eerie, Vampirella, Creepy. That's how we're doing it. That's how we've been doing it. And we might add some more, but it just depends, because I've got some more horror comics that would be good to add. And I do mean these anthologies. I don't mean like the modern ones, because you guys didn't like those very much. Alright, guys, so I am out of here. See you next time, horror fans.